Hello students, welcome back to the class. Last class we have discussed about the Anti-Corruption Act in India. In the last class we have discussed that corruption means we already know that a dishonest behavior of those who are in the power. Okay, and these corruptions have many effects. Sometimes corruptions can lead for the block to the door of development. Corruptions can affect the administrations. Corruptions can affect the government, system of administrations. Everything will be greatly affected through corruptions. Now here we are going forward. Anti-Corruption Act. In the last class we have discussed that Indian government have made several measures to check the corruptions. Our government has made several important measures to check the corruptions. Preventions of Corruptions Act 2018 enacted. So this Prevention of Corruption Act was implemented in which year? 2018. So this act in the new Prevention of Corruption Act was implemented in 2018 by making some changes and by making some amendment changes of previous Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Government previously in 1988 government already have passed an act, Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. But even though when the government have implemented this act 1988, okay, corruptions are widely practices, and that's why it become very essential for the government to make some changes here. In this act the government has made some changes of Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. They made some changes and passed a new act. They form a new act, Prevention of Corruption Act 2018. Now in the previous classes we have discussed many things that according to this act, if by this act if the charges are getting proved for any officials, then they will get punishment according to criminal case. He will be booked according to the criminal case. So if any low level of administrations in the offices are involving in the practices of corruptions, okay, in the form of either bribe or what, so then they will get punishments. Okay, if any officials are asking bribe to discharge the service, if the officials are asking some illegal grievances for discharging the services, then discharging their own services, then that comes under corruptions. Okay, already whatever the officers are there which are working at government level, they have different type of facilities. Even though after getting the facilities, when they are depending on corruptions, so that comes under completely crime. Already when the government is paying their money in the form of salary, so they should not ask any type of illegal grievances additionally in the form of corruptions to the public. And that's why the government, to control the corruptions, the government have started an act which is called Anti-Corruption Act 2018. Now in this act, now I am going forward, this is a new point. According to this act, various sections of Indian Penal Code, okay, that criminal punishments will be given to the public servants when they are involving in the corruption charge. According to the Indian Penal Code, I already said you, corruptions comes under the category of criminal law. So according to the Indian Penal Code, if any public servants are involving in the categories of corruptions, then they will, if the public servants are involving in the corrupt practices, then they will get punishments. Next we'll go forward. There are two important acts. One is called Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 and one is Right to Information Act 2005. These two acts should be implemented properly. When these two acts will be implemented properly, then this will help in filing the cases easily. Okay, so government should be free and frank. Authorities should be free and frank. They should disclose all the information, which is called Right to Information Act. When you are talking about Right to Information Act, first it was implemented in Rajasthan and slowly it was implemented all over the country. This is the 7th fundamental rights. Okay, 2005, this is the first time it was implemented in Rajasthan, and 2007 it was implemented among all the important right. According to Right to Information Act means whenever the person wanted any informations in the public department, if they need any informations in the public office, the public officials should not deny to give any information. They should give the information according to this Right to Information Act. Okay, so that what will happen if the public wanted to know any information, because whatever the money the government is constructing, that is actually the public money. So public have right to know the information, and that's why this Right to Information Act was passed. that information which the government, whatever the money the government is using, that is not government money, that is actually for public money. So they have right to know where our money is utilizing, whether they are utilizing well or not, okay, how the money is getting utilizing, whatever the taxes we are paying, whatever the taxes we are paying to government, through the tax only the government is developing all the activities. So these two acts are very important. One is called Right to Information Act 2005 and one is called as Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. You will ask a question, sir, what is this Prevention of Money Laundering Act? So here I have written, money laundering is a illegal process of making a large amount of money for criminal activity. Whenever if you are generating large amount of money for criminal activities in the form of drugs, in the form of terrorist funding, then that comes under money laundering case. So whenever the large amount of money is generated for criminal activity, that is called as money laundering. So to control all the criminal activity, government have passed one act which is called Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. And also the government has passed one more act which is called Right to Information Act 2005. These two acts are very important. If these two acts are implemented properly, this will help in filing the cases easily. We can able to know easily. Next we'll go forward. Central Vigilance Commission. A new commission was formed which is called Central Vigilance Commission. This was formed in 1964. This is nothing but a whistle. Okay, this is a whistle to the public servant. This is one alert to the public servant. Be careful, you should not take any form of corruptions. So these Central Vigilance Commissions, what they have did is, this is nothing but a citizen guide. They have prepared a guide to this. Okay, they have prepared a citizen guide in which they have written what are the things they should do and what are the things they should not do in order to prevent the corruptions. So this Central Vigilance Commission have prepared a citizen guide in which they have written all the points in an elaborate way. So what are the things they should do and what are the things they should not do, everything have written in that point. Central Vigilance Commission. So this is the point. So what we have discussed, students, here we have discussed that Indian government have made several measures in order to check the corruption. So government have passed a new act which is called Prevention of Corruptions Act 2018. This is the amendment of the old act, Prevention of Corruptions Act 1988. So whatever the old act which was passed in 1988, government have made some changes and made a new act, Prevention of Corruptions Act 2018. The reason for amendment is, even though the old act was passed, the corruptions are widely practicing, and that's why the government decided to make some changes in the old law and prepare a new law, and that's why that Prevention of Corruptions Act 1988, after making some amendment, they made a new law which is called as Prevention of Corruptions Act 2018. Okay, so corruption is nothing but corruptions involve whenever public servants are asking any illegal grievances in order to discharge his own service, then that comes under corruptions. It comes under criminal law. Now, according to the various sections, we have seen that Indian Penal Code. Okay, according to the sections of Indian Penal Code, if any public servant or if any person, if he asks any type of money to discharge his own work, then that comes under corruption. So if the person charge sheet is proved, then he will be booked according to the criminal punishment, will be booked against that public servant for taking the corrupt practices. So taking the money in the under table transactions, double transactions, under table transactions, okay, taking the money in the bank account secretly, okay, taking any form of gifts or taking any form of money, okay, that all things comes under the corruptions. Okay, this is the point, and these corruptions are widely propagated in different departments. So, and that's why to control that, the government have passed Prevention of Corruptions Act. According to this, if the public charges are proved, then the concerned officers will be booked according to the criminal case, okay, for practicing corrupt practices. So here, if you see, the two important acts should be implemented properly in order to control or in order to file the corruptions easily. Corruptions is filing a case in the corruptions will become easy if these two acts are implemented. Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 and one is Right to Information Act 2005. Prevention of Money Laundering Act means we already know, whenever the large amount of money is mainly generated in a particular area for criminal activity, so that is called as money laundering, such as drugs, terrorist activity. So when any areas when large amount of money is generated for the criminal activity, then that comes under Money Laundering Act 2002. And this is also one act which is called Right to Information Act 2005. According to this right to information, a person should be given information. Okay, whatever the concerned persons will be there, he must be given information easily. Okay, whenever he need any type of information, so he should get that information in the public department. So imagine that we are a citizen. If you need any information, we can get information easily. No officers can deny. Okay, no officers will say no to you. Whatever the information you needed in any department, electric department, water supply department, you can get information easily, freely. Okay, and second thing, next thing is Central Vigilance Commission was formed. So this Central Vigilance Commission, which was formed in 1964, and this is nothing but it act as a whistle to the public servant that be careful. If any people are involving, then these commissions can give punishment. So this is a citizen guide sent. Okay, this is nothing but a citizen guide they have prepared. This citizen guide was prepared by the Central Vigilance Commission, CVC. Okay, in this guide, what they have made, what are the things the citizens should do, what are the things the citizens should not do. Everything they have written in order to prevent the corruption. Okay, this is one point. So here we have discussed about the Anti-Corruption Act, which was passed in, first it was passed in 1988, but later after making some changes, they made the same act in 2018, which is called as Prevention of Corruption Act 2018. Okay, according to this, we have discussed that if any officers are booked, then they will be given severe punishment according to the criminal cases. That is one point. So children, these all are nothing but Anti-Corruption Act. Okay, so according to this, we have seen that if these two acts are implemented properly, then filing of case regarding corruptions will become very easy. We know what is meant by money laundering case, means whenever the money in particular area is generated, large amount of money to control the illegal activity, that is called money laundering. Right to information means every person have right to know the information. If the people wanted to know any information, they have right. No public department, only public department. No public department can deny to give information to any people. So Central Vigilance Commission was formed in 1964. This is a act as a whistle to the public department, and Central Vigilance Commissions have prepared a citizen guide in which they have made what are the things should be done and what are the things we should not done. So this is to prevent corruptions. So children, this is about Anti-Corruption Act in India. We will discuss in the next class. We will meet you in the next class with a new topic. Thank you very much.